shadows. He really tempers his aggression super well. Anyone you want to look at on Triumph? No, appear to have maybe lost yours or.
Oh no! Hello, I'm here.
Hello there.
Hello.
Was I muted?
No, you just cut off halfway through the sentence.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, do you know what isn't weird, Harry? It's 3-3, mate. 3D versus 3-3. Oh yes, no May, unfortunately. However, as Mixo's taking a fair bit of damage, you got to be a little bit more careful than that, my friends. He is going to go down rather swiftly. Zyber bubble used on him. The Mystic just charging on forward, easy kill. See if Triumph can just rotate onto the point. They do. Paradigm can't get a 1-for-1 pick, so they're just going to have to wait for their Reinhardt to come back.
Look at how much value FaZe already got out of this Brigitte. 81% towards the ult charge. I know that he was taking over a load of Mixo himself, who permanently has this Discord orb affixed to him. Is going to need a projected barrier from Messiah to cleanse that unless it gets applied to someone else, which he just has done.
Yeah, or you can just break LOS for 3 seconds, although that's very unlikely, especially in this comp. Madman gets trapped around on the other side of the wall that just came up. Nice 4-man shatter as well by Mixo. Hits the ground. Awkward is going to use that Transcendence, but 2 members are already dead. They're going to have to find fixed rather quickly, otherwise that's going to be a bit of a wasted ultimate. Doesn't look like Paradigm are just going to be able to put themselves on the point. No extra ults needed after that shatter hit 4 people, and that will be them flipping it over.
Looks like we may also have skins enabled in a little bit at the moment. That's probably going to have to be fixed rather quickly, at least as we move into our next map. There's quite a few ultimates available, like you said, 4 Paradigm, 5 available. Only Mixo and his Earth Shadow was required for that last attempt, as Matman got a little bit of aggressive, taken out early. And you can see that Hope, once again, is trying to scout out Matman here. May try and stun him midway through the channel of that Earth Shadow. That would be great for denying that potential ultimate.
Uh-oh. There's the rally from Hope. The Graviton Surge is going to find 2. Self-destruct landed straight on top of FaZe there, but he was already dead. Same with Matman. Mystic goes for a quick reset. They know it's all over. Awkward's going to go down as well. 3 ults, in fact, as Hope did use that rally as well. Triumph putting up to another couple of theirs, though. They do have that Shadow and Grab online.
Invested that all-important sound barrier into that, however, trying to mitigate the burst damage coming out from the self-destruct. Not going to be able to get that one back. So carry them forward in their coming aggression, but they do have the advantage in terms of a Transcendence. That means a huge amount, Jaws, more in terms of... Oh, the fake rotation. We're trying to catch out Mixo.
Or the fake out. You see Lucio just getting back in time. There's the Graviton Surge, instantly thrown out, and self-destruct as well on top of them all. Is he trying to find a boot? The pin was good enough from that man. Mystic finds 2 extras. His Hope falls down as well. All the stalling game now for Paradigm as they go back onto the point.
Brute force applied there by Triumph to try and recapture a point. Paradigm going to be flipping over a little bit short of 74%, which means if they do recap, there will be a little bit of a buffer for Triumph to try and make this work. But of course, they are going to be pretty hardy in the face of the next fight, with Awkward having gained himself that Transcendence. Will be great to try and mitigate any incoming aggression, such as Mixo's Earth Shadow, which we do know that he's prone to release very quickly.
Oh, there's the Shadow. There's 3. Mixo's going to go down. Chopped just tried all he might to boop away Matman, but it wasn't enough. Mystic is going to run down Vibrant. Beautiful Shadow coming through from Matman, meaning the end of the team fight was all but nigh. 62% now on the board for Triumph.
Feels like Paradigm are being quite easily telegraphed here by Triumph. FaZe doing a good job of keeping Mixo honest, ensuring he can't really get any of those crazy shadows. Actually caught up a rotation here. Hope's going to have to bring everyone forward with a rally, make them a little bit more armored as Mixo moves forward again.
Oh no! Awkward caught out on the high ground. Vibrant's going to click his head. Now one support now has fallen for Triumph, and the rest of them are going to follow. Just that initial pick was all that they needed. They didn't even need any other ults. Awkward in a very bad situation. Now 90% has been acquired from Triumph. Pretty good. They're still going to have another couple of team fights in this, but one flip around could be all that they actually need to secure the map.
Well, given this percentage going over, Jaws, I would pretty confidently say this may well be the last fight that we're looking at. Mitsu ready to try and bring out this Graviton Surge, but Liu Su Gao just as keen. Are they going to go for a fake rotation? Question? No, it is the correct rotation.
No faking this time. The Graviton Surge right on top of it. Izzy Mystic's going to launch that. Self-destruct in. It gets completely blocked. There was no boop onto Mixo to try and detonate the self-destruct. Brett finds 2 of his own. Vibrant's the only one to fall from Paradigm. They're going to be able to take down Mecha Base and Triumph. Just left wondering what happened in their last fight.
Well, and let's talk about the consequences here as well, Jaws. Paradigm right now, since we didn't get a huge amount of time to contextualize this at the beginning of the match, they are basically hanging on by their fingernails to Contenders Trials. It will, of course, play every match in their round robin, but when it comes to the chance for qualification, they're currently 0-3. And that's a position no one wants to be in if they want to be taking the prize. And you've got to start here, make that journey towards the 4-3 scoreline if you want to be in those top 5 who will go to North American Contenders. And, well, this is a good start for them, but Triumph, they're currently sitting around 6th place. They do have a bit of an advantage on Paradigm. They have that additional lifeline that is the win in their back pocket. But, Paradigm are under a huge amount of pressure.
An immense amount, but they're off to a good start, at least taking a mecha base out from the feet of Triumph. Now, it's going to be down to Shrine, Mixo, and Matman, not going as aggressive, the least aggressive Reinhardts we've seen already, although I say that as Mixo just walks into the back line. That'll be a nice stun straight onto the Reinhardt, pushing him back with the flare as well, meaning he has to actually get back and force himself back into position, and Mixo takes advantage of that, easily finding 2 kills as a Flame Strike is going to clean up Faye, and the rest of Triumph are going to get cleaned up too.
Good identification there of Paradigm, knowing that Mixo would be forced to move forward and take space from Matman. If Matman was given the resources to try and sustain himself, he would have to actually hold up his shield while given those so that he could bring himself back into fighting shape. But even if you do give up just a couple of centimeters for space on the point, you are forced to move forward while Paradigm are capping to try and avoid that percentage occurring. That can put you in a position you don't want to be, but Mixo's got a great advantage here in terms of the ultimate charge for the Earth Shadow. You can expect to bring this out rather early.
He's trying to be rather cheeky. There's the Shadow. 5 people down. Matman goes straight to the floor as Mixo finds himself with a nice couple of kills at the end of that as well. Oh my goodness. There was no hope for him at all. Izzy was actually trying that entirety of that fight to boop Mixo into Matman to try and get additional damage onto him, but just completely failed in doing so. And that left Mixo with just so much room to move, Harry.
Well, there may have been no hope for him, but there was plenty of hope for Matman shield bashing into his back to try and combine with Mixo's ultimate. Matman now going to try and claim as much space as possible, but he's been so slow in building this ultimate. He is now going to be
Graviton self-destruct as well. Oh, Matman receives a shield from Pipamusu to stay alive. Pipamusu still has that Graviton Surge of his own as well. There is 2 beats coming through. Vibrant has got that Transcendence to actually match. The Shadow is going to hit the floor, but an instant Graviton Surge on top of that self-destruct. Is it going to find anything? Again, perfect shield usage coming out from the Zayas in order to keep them alive. Triumph are still fighting here, and they only have potentially 1 to 2 fights left. Hope is going to fall as the first casualty of war, and it is 85% now on the board for Paradigm. Triumph need to be able to find this initial fight to actually find the flip, and potentially has to go 100 to 99% to win this map.
There's a beautiful little micro play there as well from Chopped to try and mitigate the danger that Matman caused by booping him upwards as he was channeling his Earth Shadow. That gave Mixo plenty of time to react and put up a shield in front of him to make sure that Earth Shadow didn't get as much value as you would otherwise hope. Once again, both Earth Shadows are available, and both of our eyes building up towards Graviton Surge rather quickly, but Matman here could be caught out rather early. Look at all this cover that is afforded by this central floating stone. Mixo needs to decide whether he wants to commit down onto a point now, or if he wants to try and make a rotation with his team and take a different angle.
Yeah, they're going to heal up, use this time to move around this small corner, and then run into Matman head on. That Shadow's going to hit the back line as Mixo moves a little bit too far up. A Graviton Surge, no self-destruct to actually combo with him at all. A beautiful pin from Mixo actually from downtown, ends up picking off Faye, but Awkward using that Transcendence in amongst that grab just meant there was no damage follow-up from Paradigm to actually win that team fight out.
I would argue that was a poor Graviton Surge right there, even if you are going to use it defensively to try and make sure there's no follow-up onto your stun players. Lee Sugao basically grabbed all the members of Triumph on top of the stun players, so he wasn't making sure that the melee players couldn't lay down that damage. He ensured that there was no way they could get away from the possibility of that. Paradigm have a couple of tools to try and make this work. They've got maybe 2 fights to make that happen as well.
Self-destruct in the back, Harry Orchard caught out, couldn't get behind the shield quick enough. Mixer goes for the charge in, but gets instantly seal-slammed and halts his direction. Will be a Shadow hitting the floor, killing off Vey. Graviton Surge doing absolutely nothing by Pipamitsu. Mystic has to throw the self-destruct down, try and buy some more time, but it is too little, too late. Everybody is already dead from the side of Triumph, and Paradigm are going to be able to find Busan.
The aggression there from Brett throwing in the early self-destruct really did mean that Pipamitsu could never find the kind of tempo that he wanted with that Graviton Surge. Usually you want to be the one to strike first at the enemy in a position where you are best able to not only defend your own backline, but also be able to move into them relatively safely. And his Brett with that player for game, he's actually been a pretty standout diva on this roster.
That he has. Easy self-destruct, you could say. Bam. There were no shields. He didn't have to worry about a single thing. 2-0 too. This is a really, really nice start from Paradigm, who could potentially be on the upswing now. We talked a little bit about it at the start of the game, Harry. Currently, their map score sits at -8. Their map differential, sorry, sits at -8. 2 maps to 10. Now it's going to be 3 maps to 10, of course. But they haven't even got a series under their belt. But that's so scary. They're sitting at the bottom. They need to be able to flip this one around, get this win to even stand a chance of being in those top spots.
Well, it's the best start they could have hoped for. It will be the map choice of Triumph as to where we go for our hybrid map. Doesn't look like we're going to be going over to Numbani. And here you can see slightly different compositions. They don't potentially want to go up 3-3 against 3-3 again. This is where you can more profitably show off a Winston potentially. I don't know if Matman's going to bring one of those out or if they just want to try and have a different sort of geometry to play around compared to Busan. I'm not sure what the gambit is here for Triumph, but I bet that they either want to show off some DPS or have a Winston on first point.
Yeah, the Winston has been more or less the play. Although we are seeing a lot of Winston straight into Reinhardt as well. Like they're like, oh, we'll play Winston at the start. Yeah, let's play this, and then they can't really control high ground as well as they want to. Feel like Reinhardt's the better pick because as soon as you do move on to the streets phase, if you have been running a Winston on attack or defense, you're gonna kill your own ult bank at the end of it all because you're having to switch. So some of the time teams are like, okay, one push of Winston doesn't work, we're swapping off to Ryan because we don't want to make sure we don't want to sully our ult bank if we end up capping.
Yeah, the thing is, like, with Mixo being so aggressive on the Reinhardt, you will worry about the ultimate bank, but I wouldn't worry about Mixo being behind on Earth Shadows. He seems to be getting plenty of charge from his swinging around here and there. But Madman, I don't know right now. It seems like he's sort of going toe-to-toe with Mixo, but there's, like, little edges here and there that bring Paradigm up in terms of how well they're winning out these fights. And I think it's currently the Brett versus Mystic matchup. I feel like Brett is definitely getting more value out of his self-destructs, and I think he's probably doing more damage as well when it comes to a fusion cannon dives, always being able to pressure out Matman, ensuring that he doesn't have as much shield health as he would otherwise like.
Well, at least we get to talk about the defense to start off with, rather than worrying about what comps on the offense. We have got a little bit of extra DPS flavor. You did say we might see a little bit of it. Izzy's going to jump on that Mercy so she can damage boost Pibamitsu and Faye, who are on the Ashe and Farah specifically. Now, that Ashe especially, on the high ground, just so deadly, because you can just create so much space for yourself using that coach gun. If there's any dives that come towards you, you can just coach gun them away. If that doesn't get eaten by the defense matrix, you're just so free to do so much damage and be completely uncontested.
But like you said before, George, this isn't just sopping up a Winston now. If they lose first point, then they sop up their entire composition and have to reset everything if they go over to a 3-3. So Triumph here, they are betting on a full hold, but Hope's going to try and dissuade them with his own Genji. It's sort of like a faux dive composition from Paradigm, who will have the dive tanks, but will have an Ana as well.
Matman's like, wait, you're behind me, hang on. Brett is going to get chased away, but both dive tanks actually diving straight past Matman. You've got to think about all the damage coming through as well from this Ashe and the Farah. Pibamitsu not quite getting the damage in just yet, but still, those tanks are going to get heavily punished if they don't use one of those defensive cooldowns. They finally go for this dive on top of Pibamitsu, who's actually forced down to low ground and goes extraordinarily low as well.
Hope's given a quick incision, will be put to sleep, but it doesn't look like he's going to survive this one. Brett's going to lose his mech, so that's one less tool available for Paradigm on this dive.
Very, very long-range comp as well when you think about it on the side of Triumph. Mystic's mech is going to fall to Mixer, and Mixer actually finding the kill onto Matman as well. Double main healer for Triumph, just couldn't make anything stick. Matman even could have received the nano boost, but I think Awkward just got it online before he died. They're going to just sacrifice two points here. Use that nano barrage. It kills 2. The nade's actually going to find him in midair. They potentially just waste 2 ultimates on a lost point unless they go for a complete swap up now, Harry.
Mixer there laid down the ideal shield as well in this archway, ensuring Awkward had no means by which to deliver the healing to the nano boosted Farah. You can nano boost through shields, as Jaws deflect support, I'm sure, is very aware, but it's very frustrating when you have a shield in your way and you can't deliver the additional healing. You can't hit anyone with your biotic grenade either. Those are both interrupted as well as for sleep darts by the shielding. So Mixo basically made Awkward a non-factor in that fight after the nano boost was delivered. Some great Winston take there, and they aren't going to be swapping up. Paradigm think they can make it work with the EMP and the Blade.
Nano Blade straight onto Awkward, didn't stand a chance. Dash reset straight onto Matman as well. Nice sleep onto Mystic to stop him moving with the thrusters. Hope gets himself 4 kills as he finds the dash kill as well onto Faye. Make that 5. Chops unfortunately taking the last one, couldn't quite make it a 6k. Nano Blade all they needed now to move on to second point. Triumph's ult bank in disarray.
I must admit, I would have preferred to have seen an EMP Blade and then a Nano Winston, but we'll have to see what may happen here. We are going to actually get a full cap. Triumph is still going to try and claim this space, but Paradigm Spawn's moved up, Jaws.
EMP with the self-destruct, didn't quite find anybody, but a good fire grenade on the front line, which means Faye can't heal himself, had to back out, end up going down. B is going to be used as well by Chop to solidify themselves on the point. No way they're going to be able to survive this. It's only Izzy and Mystic. A couple of dash resets from Hope, kills off the rest of the team, and he almost has himself another Blade. Looks like they're actually going to stick with this comp, Harry, moving on to the last point.
Hope here, brawling out super well. I haven't really seen him on very much over the Brigida recently, so it was good to see him stretch those shurikens and show off exactly what he can do on these projectile DPS. Lisa Gao in the back. He's going to be scouting out a little bit. Faye's going to be looking for him. He's got his eyes on Awkward, wants to try and get that assassination. The hack's already there.
The Blade's there. The hack's going to come in as well. Is he speed boosting everybody away? A self-destruct high in the sky as well to make sure Hope has very little space to actually move. Blade completely goes a miss as they just, with the perfect use of the Lucio speed boost and the self-destruct. Izzy is going to go down first up though as he was caught in the back line. The rally comes through from Triumph, but they already lose 2 members. This is very bad positioning from Triumph right now. You can see Faye using that rally to move himself forward, leaving his supports completely isolated in the back line. And even now, we're seeing Awkward on the point trying to stall. Triumph just completely destroyed on that last push, and Paradigm still having an MP left.
Well, I hope you've got some night vision goggles, everyone, because the lights are going to be turned out. Banana Winston could be used. There's
right in the back line. Matman survives just for a moment before getting taken down by Hope. This self-destruct as well, claiming yet another victim. Transcendence used on the point to keep everybody alive by another couple of seconds. A third Blade from Hope finds 2 kills. Paradigm just turning up the heat in week number 2. They're going to take this 3rd point and have a massive time bank to work with.
And the best thing about this right hook delivered from Paradigm is that it's very contrary to what Triumph expected. Triumph took us to Mbani because they did not want to deal with the 3-3 versus 3-3 matchup again on first. They wanted to have the Gambit. They wanted to play their Pharah. They wanted to play their Ashe and think, okay, Paradigm may not be able to deal with this because right now it looks like they're out 3-3ing us. But it turns out Paradigm can pull out this wonderful Genji Sombra dive. It's just so potent. Who would have thought that Hope had this much power in his sheath? Triumph completely caught off guard, having to be the ones who are forced to swap onto their 3-3, but Paradigm didn't feel the pressure from what Triumph were giving. They're like, no, we're fine with this. This is absolutely okay.
We talked about it at the very start of the game. If you're going to switch off a comp that you've been running on the defense, you're going to destroy your own ult bank. And Paradigm, they're on the offense, and they didn't. They didn't swap off. They were very happy running this Genji. They got a 5k with a Nano Blade, and then instantly were able to transfer that into the next fight where they still had ults rolling, and where Triumph was sitting there with 0 ults to their name, trying to clamor at ult percent, while Hope was just cutting them down on the Genji.
I would have liked to have seen Triumph there hold out a little bit longer and actually stay on this comp against Paradigm. And just use the Nano Barrage in a better situation where Awkward wouldn't have been completely picked away by the shield of Matman. Matman's actually coming out on a Symmetra right now, maybe trying to have a few shenanigans before he moves over onto the Wrecking Ball, but I feel like having applied that Nano Barrage in like a last-second fight that meant everyone got the back spawns as well, meant that basically all of second point was given away to Paradigm in terms of both distance and ultimates.
Nice little combo here from Triumph. They're running out with the Pimamitsu Sombra and obviously Faye on the Fada as well. High ground is going to be taken by Paradigm. Hack went on to Lee Sugao. He ends up going down as Mystic just ran him down. There's no healing available either. And now Faye can just lay down rockets from above. There's nothing really stopping him right this very moment. Very easy take from Triumph, it seems. They end up securing a tick. Awkward does end up falling, so there's a potential for a re-engage. It is 3v2, however.
One good dive deserves another. Brett may well be caught out here, but 3 people are on the point. Faye's going to be the next one to fall.
Okay. Nice little hack onto Lisugal once again, but this time he's on the Sombra. It does take out Faye, who is extremely low with no healing. Self-destruct on the point to clear everybody out. Lisugal now moving forward with the Transgate. Almost manages to find the hack on the ball, gets interrupted, but it didn't matter anyway. And a nice kill on Pibamitsu too with a bio grenade from down south from Vibrant. Okay, so Triumph just halted in their push, but they still managed to secure a tip.
And Lisugal also gave away his Zarya ultimate charge, decided that returning on the Sombra would be far more fortuitous than having stayed on that particular hero, and I think that's the right call. Lisugal got dived by 3 people and couldn't really do anything after he was hacked, so wasn't really getting a huge amount of value there. Hope's also here on the Tracer, has a little bit of that short-range hit scan ready to go. If he can play around these high sort of ledges, he can put in a significant amount of damage to Awkward and Faye.
That man's going to have to receive a lot of healing. There you go. Lisugal taking him out again. Hack onto the Ana from Pibamitsu. There's no sleep dart, no bio grenades. Faye is actually going to lay down that barrage as well. Self-destruct on top to try and clear him off.
Oh,
but Faye already claims one.
Nixo there with some great Winston tech trying to keep the pharmacy suppressed, and looks like the rest of Paradigm here are just going to brawl it out. Don't know what Faye and Awkward can do by themselves, Jaws.
No, not much. There's Migzo finds the kind of Awkward. All he has to do is hold down left trigger, sorry.
Oh my.
Left click. Well, okay, took out Faye too. All right, Migzo. Flexing your guns a little bit here. They're still going to burn down a lot of old time bank time. That's a sentence, I think.
Just time.
1 minute and 30 seconds remaining now. It's a very, very stalled out push here. Paradigm also have that EMP for the next push as well.
Yeah, EMP can be combined with the Nano Winston. That's a very devastating combo, especially towards supports. Here's the EMP. There's the Nano.
4-man EMP. Pibamitsu not quite caught out, but he was on the flank anyway. Awkward's going to fall down, and Hope just ravaging the backline on that Tracer as well. Oh, mate, you don't even need a Nano Winston if you just got Tracer at the back also. They end up expending 3 ultimates in that fight. Doesn't mean Triumph are going to have an ult advantage, but only 60 seconds now remain. Paradigm could actually just stall this one out if they manage to make sure Chop actually survives. Still has that beat also to counter out that EMP coming through from Pibamitsu.
I love how Lisugal and Hope are currently using the high ground to make sure that these short-range hit scans are just as effective against Faye as others. Mystic already being hacked will mean that everyone rounds upon Lisugal. Going to quickly teleport out. As Hope gains as much space.
Hope is in the back line, got hacked and end up interrupting the Sombra. It means he is as good as dead. No recall, no dashes available as the EMP from Pibamitsu, but the beat comes through. Chop is going to lay that one down onto the point. Not entirely sure if Brett actually received it. I don't think he did. He was caught out in the small corridor on the right-hand side. A nice hack onto the Lucio in the end as well to make sure he can't wall right away or receive any healing. That will be the point being taken as Faye is going to rule the skies. An EMP onto 5 people isn't going to be enough without any follow-up. There will be a Primal Rage onto the point as Faye does get slept and beaten off the face of the map as well. Mixo! Where is this guy coming from? A self-destruct. Mixo ends up going down. He couldn't retreat to his shield. And now Matman coming out with his own Primal Rage. The point is finally capped by Triumph in such a messy brawl at the end.
Yeah, that really should have been a lot cleaner. Awkward and Faye may decide to actually stay on this pharmacy combo, given the Valkyrie and Barrage are still available. Look at Lisugal, now moving everyone to a Soldier 76, an old soldier we haven't seen for a long time, but he's sprinting on back to spawn. Could be the end of his tenure. Will return to the Sombra. But here, a damage-boosted Barrage could be incredibly dangerous. They aren't going to have a sound barrier from Izzy, though, so he will be incredibly vulnerable to things like Vibrant with the Bardic Grenade or long-range poke. So really, when you're looking at this, oh no, they have actually given up all of those ultimates. Only Awkward with a Valkyrie will remain.
Oh yikes! That's a big ult to give up. As a self-destruct, that could be a pretty big ult.
Why?
No shields. I don't know. Awkward ends up getting taken down by Hope. Okay, Nano Winston as well in the front line. Does get booped away, so we can't really aggress on the rest of Triumph, but Mystic gets hacked away, so he can't even use thrusters to move out. He's going to be able to reset himself and he's push him off the edge, but okay, Awkward in a very bad spot. Changed over to the Moira, decides doesn't really want to play the Mercy. No more.
Hope they made a great flank. He saw Awkward popping Valkyrie while he was in cover from the self-destruct, so he managed to get a great usage of the pulse pistols there. One clipping for Valkyrie and Mercy. I think he can put that one in the highlight reel. Mixo's had his primal rage already forced out, though, and Awkward's now on the Moira wants that additional healing against so much DPS that Paradigm are offering.
That's a lot of healing. Plus, that Coalescence is going to come up so fast as well. That rally is being used by Faye, so they're going to be able to claim a little bit of ground with that. Nice pulse bomb onto Faye to remove her and the rest of her armor. Hope finds 3 kills, in fact, as Madman goes down as well. Pipamitsu will fall. Now it's just clean up duty for Paradigm, as they still hope triumph. Where has this team been, Harry? Paradigm are just popping off. There's only 30 seconds remaining. They still got Nano Boost and the sound barrier to work with.
Crab, Ghost is dead. Crab, there's hope, and Mixo's got a Nano as well. Izzy actually tries to rejoin his team.
Awkward's got the Coalescence, mate. He can throw it out and hopefully just corral the rest of Paradigm around that corner, but that car is still moving back. Shadow's going to get completely blocked out by Mixo's shield. That self-destruct launched high in the sky. Matman is going to be able to block the majority of it, but that Coalescence, all of it is already gone. And they're going to have to throw out the EMP, the Graviton Surge. God, words are escaping me right now. The Graviton Surge to actually make that fight stick. So many ults are invested in that fight, and Paradigm still have another attack.
Is he going to try and claim a little bit of space here along with Pipamitsu, but the rest of his push draws has to happen in overtime. There's no way that they're ever going to get a quicker time bank than Paradigm here. It is mathematically impossible, but they can still potentially get the completion. Will they get the engagement? There it is. Lusugal de-stealths 2 meters to 71.
Self-destruct down that corridor. Vibrant gets caught out. Main healer now down for Paradigm. They're going to have to rely on that Lucio and Brigitte and heals for anything. Hope gets shattered on the floor. He ends up going down. Brett is going to stall out for a little bit longer. Now it is all up to Triumph to finish this map in a... well, they can't now. I think this is going to be... They're going to have to finish in... over 1 minute and 30 seconds in order for this map not to be a draw. They are very much in a losing situation right now.
Yeah, if it goes to overtime, the best that Triumph can hope for here is a draw, but they can hope for some good things from the coming fights. They do have the advantage in terms of a Graviton Surge. Pipamitsu's only percentage points away. Mixo's made for charge. The EMP, Jules.
Nice EMP, but beautiful sound barrier to make sure they can survive the onslaught of Paradigm. They're going to be able to take control of the car, and a Graviton Surge does lock up too. Hope's going to join them as well in hope to bring some healing to the front line, but it was all said and done a little bit too late. Chop jumps to the back line as a beautiful fire grenade actually landed on the front line of Triumph, but there was no damage follow-up. In fact, 2 grenades have landed by Vibrant in this space of a cooldown. Just ends the life of 2 people, but Triumph's still marching this car on forwards.
I don't know about you, Jaws, but I smell a little bit of an overtime push here. 29 seconds remain. Paradigm have the Earth Shadow. They have the Nano as well. That'll be all the cleanup they need if they can make this work. Matman needs to be on the lookout. Hope's going to be on a flank trying to get that shield back. You can see him up in the trees. He's crouching. He's having a
Coalescence. There's a self-destruct as well. Harry straight on the back line. Pipamitsu gets stunned and taken out. It's only 10 seconds before this goes to an overtime and a potential draw scenario for Triumph. Self-destruct comes out and kills off Chopped. 4 seconds now remain as Paradigm are going to clean up the front line of Triumph. Matman is forced into a corner, just hoping he can get an earth shatter off at some point, but his health bar is depleting so quickly. Another fantastic grenade by Vibrant to stop all that healing coming through. OT, and in fact, the map might just end here as Pipamitsu is killed on off. Izzy might be able to get the final touch, but it is all the staggered members of Triumph now trying to get back in time. They don't even get the full cap, and Paradigm come out with a 2-0 scoreline at halftime.
And they do. Paradigm here just outthinking Triumph. And Triumph, the second that they saw Paradigm swap over to that 3-3, they didn't want to give up the coalescence that they'd earned. They thought they could maybe make a play by having a very aggressive push with the combined damage and healing that the coalescence offers, but they never could have that Discord Orb. And when you don't have the Discord Orb, you don't have an inherent advantage over the Ana 3-3 that we know that Vibrant is so keen to run, because I'm not going to lie to you, I think Vibrant just loves this Ana.
Yeah, I would love it too if he was on my team. If he's hitting that many bio grenades, you might as well have him on that instead of a Zenyatta, because there's just no hit. A Discord Orb's great, yes, but if you're hitting bio grenade after bio grenade, like off cooldown, why not run the Ana? We're now in a situation where Paradigm have also doubled their map wins. They are now sitting at 4-0-10 in map score, a -6 differential. If they do win this series as well, this is a fantastic upswing for this team going into next week.
Well, match point here, Jaws, for Paradigm. Triumph